Well, what a better way to start a series than to pull up the F1 intro video. So we're going to do F1 2019 here on track Thursdays and Sundays here in April. And we're going to use F1 2019 similar to how we had Dirt Rally back in February. So I'm doing a little bit of a voiceover on this video because just like with Dirt Rally, I find it really hard to kind of talk while playing the game. So what we're going to do is I'm getting ready to start a new solo career. I did a little bit of kind of scouting out a career earlier. So I'm just trying to remember where we go to start that career here.
In F1 2019, you'll be invited to start your career by selecting a Formula 2 team. Driving for this team, you'll experience some key moments of a Formula 2 season, a thrill-packed racing championship in its own right, and the springboard to Formula 1. At the end of this feeder series, your choice of driver academy and your performance in F2 will determine the terms of the contracts offered by the teams as you embark upon your career in Formula 1 and begin to write your own chapter of motorsport history.
So it's interesting, the start of the career kind of puts us in a F2 scripted intro. So basically we need to pick our F2 team here. We've got Carlin, Art, Dams, we have Russian Times, or Time, MP Motorsport, Campos, Charus, I don't know, I guess it's a French team. Well, it says Prague, Prima, BWT, Arden, and Trident. So, not having a clue which team is better than any other, I go ahead and go with Dams here. And I'm going to pick the Driver Academy for Ferrari because I really plan to join the Haas F1 team because they are an American F1 team. And, well, that's where I'm at here. So, we're going to pick kind of some structure here. We're going to change our assists up a little bit. Just looking at the various gameplay settings. I think all those look pretty good. So under assists, we have some various presets. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to custom. Because we don't need all of these assists. I think we're a little bit better than a beginner. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the dynamic line. We're going to turn on automatic gearbox. Braking assist is off. Traction control is set to medium. Still, we have a hard time controlling the car here. And then we're going to come down here to AI driver level. And we're going to change that from expert. So it goes to 110 all the way down to 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick halfway point. I'm going to pick 55 as far as the AI level. Initially, when I did my first kind of scouting around and messing a little bit with the game, I was on AI driver easy, and I found that to be, well, a little bit too easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to medium with a AI driver level of 55. Now with this F2 start, it's kind of scripted. So we get a little bit of an intro, and then we have a little bit of a race that we need to perform.
Dam's new driver really commanding the race here. Devon Butler still ruthlessly giving chase. These two have been really scrapping it out for the early wins in the championship. And something's wrong. Butler sees his chance. Some kind of mechanical failure. Picking up speed again. It's unclear what the issue was. Can they still finish this race?
Looks like an issue with the turbo. You've lost some speed at the top end, but you're very close to the finish. You can still compete and get some points here. Don't give up. Just do the best you can. We're all behind you.
Alright, so when the lights go out, we will have full control of the vehicle. And at this point, all the steering, all the braking, all the acceleration is on us. Now, I have to say, I really don't like this view.
Is approaching and wants to get past. Repeat, Lucas wants to pass you.
Because that whatever this frontal thing is, I forget what they call it in F1 that they added. For me, it's really in my way. Now, I think in real life,
again, your teammate wants to pass
people
you.
can see around it a little bit better. You know, obviously you can move your head a little bit, but with the way the camera is set up here, it's really difficult. So I changed to a different view here to basically run the race because I can see a lot better.
That's great. Lucas can push on now.
So that was our teammate that we led ahead.
Me to pass on his thanks. I know it's frustrating, but you made the right call for the team. Now we're all with you. Just bring it home as best you can.
So we're on lap 35 of 37. And pretty much the goal here is to finish as best as we can. Now we've got the dynamic racing line turned on, and that's what we're seeing here, the green, and then the yellow and the red. So the red is obviously indicating that we're going too fast for the corner. Yellow is kind of a warning, and then green means we're good to go there. Got a little bit light on the back end there. That is a problem that I have, is getting back to the throttle a little bit too hard. Even with medium traction control, it won't prevent you from spinning out, that's for sure. Just like we had right there. Got a little light in the back end. Had to get off the throttle. So my name in game is Stan the Man. So that's why you see there for car number 6, or position 6, last name is T-Man, stands for the Man. And you'll see later when the full name is shown, it's Stan T-Man. So it really stands for Stan the Man. And here's another example where I just got on the throttle just a little bit too much. It's really, I'd say my Achilles heel is going to be getting back onto the throttle on some of the really slow corners.
It'll cost us a little bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race. This is your final lap of the race.
So this is the last place I want to be. I did not want to be in the middle going into a turn. Just back out there a little bit, let those cars ahead, and we'll take care of those positions here in a little bit. So you can kind of see there a couple times the AI cars, they brake awful early. So it's kind of anticipating that when you're in traffic like this. One, so you can pass them under braking like I just did there, but two, so you don't ram into the back of them like we did a couple times. That turn there is my nemesis. And then we've got another slow one coming up here that we've got problems with. Lost a little bit of rear grip there, but we were able to keep it somewhat straight. So yeah. All right, so that ends the race.
Just wasn't our day today.
And then we're going to break into a little bit of a scripted post-race discussion.
Brilliant stuff from Dams today. What a superb victory. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
I think what won them the race was their ability to adapt. At every point, they delivered what was needed. They were calm and steady when they needed to be, but they were ruthless and aggressive when it was demanded of them. There wasn't anything out there that they weren't prepared to handle. Let's see if they can keep it up this season.
Dams, another team with a huge amount of history, based right in the heart of motorsport near Le Mans in France, have once again shown their formidable abilities out on the track with yet another win today. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. The gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race for our championship leader. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
Maximilian Gunther, wherever it is always brilliant. I'll give you a performance every time, just like he's done today.
And now a look at the team standings. Carlin moved to the top of the table. After all this drama, you'll be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
There you are. That was an exciting race. It definitely got people talking about you, which means I was able to secure a quick interview.
Okay, we're all set over here.
Just a minute. Remember, anything you say to the press can go very, very public. So be relaxed, but also be conscious of what you're saying and how it might come across to other people, okay? I think we're ready.
Great. So Emma keeps telling me you're the one to watch this season. If that's true, you'll be doing plenty of these. Just remember, be yourself. And the more you can give me, the better this will go. Right, stand here. Turn a little this way for me. Perfect. Ready? An exciting race today. Let's get your perspective. So you and Lucas are new to the team. How are you settling in? Okay, so how did you feel about being ordered to give up the position to Lucas? Great. Well, that's everything.
Hey, look. I know that wasn't easy letting me pass, but it was the right choice. It was good driving.
Yeah, that's how I describe it, mate. It's just good, not great. 1 in 6. 1 in 6 makes the leap to F1. The other 5 are still watching their less talented teammates collect all their points. Shame, really. A lot of great drivers never get their chance because they do it all for the team.
Those teams got us here.
Yeah, but it's the drivers that take the risk. We should get the rewards. You ever want to race in F1? That's how winners think.
And remind me, how many F1 races have you won?
You watch this space. At the end of this championship, I'll be the one lifting the trophy, and I won't use my teammates to nick the podium.
Okay, I'm out. You believe what you want, Devon, but it's still early days.
He's either very clever or you're just a pushover. You really think if the situation was reversed, he'd do the same for you? You want to start looking out for yourself. No one else will.
All right, so you can kind of see how they're setting up a rivalry between us and another driver, and then how we've kind of got a teammate that is looking to help out for us. So now let's see what the setup storyline is for the second part of this F2 intro.
Look at them go! Devon Butler locked in wheel-to-wheel racing with his championship rival, desperate to shut them down and stop them getting past. And there's contact! Butler simply left them nowhere to go. There was just no way for them to have avoided that. And look, there's significant damage. Not sure if that was down to recklessness or sheer aggression, but I'm sure the stewards are going to have something to say very shortly.
All right, so we're getting ready to take control again of the car. Got just a few laps to go, and the overall goal is to pass Devon and basically get our position back. Now this turn here, it is my nemesis at this track. It's another one of those slow corners.
The stewards have awarded Devon a penalty. Push on. You can still catch him. You can still beat him.
You can see how I got a little bit loose there. So that's going to be a challenge on every lap, is trying to keep under control there. We get a little loose on this corner a few times also.
Devon is coming in for a stop. Devon's currently in 6th place, P6.
So again, the goal here is to race as clean as possible, get around all of these cars as fast as possible, and you can see we got to get up to
Be aware your tires need to go the distance.
we got to get up to 5th place to pass Devon, who's currently in 6th.
Places down on Devon. Devon's currently in 6th place, P6.
You can see back there, I think we got into the back of this guy.
Leading our teammate by 14.2
Another case
seconds.
where he kind of braked earlier than expected, so I couldn't get woed up in time, but I don't think we did any damage.
Devon is 3 places ahead of you right now. in 6th place, P6.
So for those that are not familiar with F1, that beep was the DRS activation signal. Tell me that I can activate DRS, which is drag reduction system. Basically a small flap opens in the rear wing to allow air through. It basically reduces drag on the car and in essence gives you kind of a horsepower boost or a virtual horsepower boost. It really helps you pass the car in front. There are particular rules around when that can be activated and various things. So that's another component of the game. Now, I thought we had activated automatic DRS, but apparently that was not the case for this F2 kind of pre-start to the series. All right, so while I was explaining the DRS, we passed Devin Butler, who's what we needed to pass. So now we just need to be very careful when we go down on the throttle. Come around on the corners so we don't cause the back end to get loose and come around and just hopefully continue to open up that gap to him. That way we are assured to meet the goal of this particular challenge. We've got basically a lap and a half to go at this point.
This is your final lap of the race. Devon's P7 at the moment. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
So as they climb out of the Carlin team are ready and waiting to celebrate a thoroughly deserved win. So, Davide, what did you make of that?
Well, it was a bit of a roller coaster, I think. There will be a lot of cheering for today's win. Frankly, I'm amazed that Devon Butler only received a penalty for that collision rule. But watching the rival he knocked out actually come back and beat him, that made this whole race worthwhile for them.
And there you have it, today's winners. Having raised some of the biggest names in F1 to date, Carlin have once again shown their expertise when it comes to recruiting new talent. No doubt today's winners have a bright future ahead of them. They certainly deserve it after today's performance. After this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the driver's tape. The lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
Look at where Nerei Fukuzumi finished compared to where he started. That's a really strong performance. So driver of the day has to go to him, I think.
On to the teams then. Klein have extended their lead at the top of the standings. Meanwhile, good work from Campos this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Goodbye for now then, but we really are just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. Well, that was a great recovery today. Did you think it was all over when you had the collision with Devon? So did you ever think you'd get the place back from Devon? I've seen that you and Lucas have been picking up a lot of points recently. What do you think of your championship chances? Appreciate your time.
Ah, I was looking for you. Well, what can I say? I guess there's no other way to put this, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ever giving you the common respect that all racers deserve, because you don't deserve it, neither of you do. That was the dirtiest driving I've ever seen.
Ridiculous.
My thoughts exactly. I'm taking my line and I get smashed into? I'm fine, by the way, thanks for asking. And then I'm penalized for the privilege.
You're unbelievable. You deserved every second of that penalty, maybe more. I mean, aside from trashing the car, did you ever stop to think that maybe someone could get hurt?
Yeah. Me?
Fine, but winning at any cost is your strategy, not ours. You better watch yourself.
Whatever.
Don't let him get in your head. He knows you're a better driver. So, on the track, stay away from him. He will try to force you into contact. That's how he wins, yeah? Let's get ready for the press briefing.
All right, so we can basically see where Devin Butler's mindset is and where Lucas Weber, our teammate's mindset is. Now we're going to be going into the last round
in Abu
of the
Dhabi. Each
F2
and
championship
every
here.
event in the Formula 2 calendar has led us here to this, the final event of the championship, and one that promises to be a spectacle every bit as exciting as we might have hoped. Yas Island Circuit is a 3.4-mile racetrack built on the man-made Yas Island. In addition to the 21 corners, it features two very long straights. Now these will be the driver's main overtaking chances today into turn 8 and turn 11. Joining me for one last time here this year is Davide Valsecchi. Davide, I'm glad you're here because I think I'm going to need help processing all this. Surely, this is as exciting as it gets.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. It's the perfect finale. Two drivers, rivals of season, now going into the final race tied on points. Both way out in front at the top of the standings. Meaning whichever of these two drivers cross the line first will be crowned champion. I can't wait.
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do is finish in the points ahead of Devon, and the next time we see each other, you'll be the F2 World Champion. No pressure then. Good luck.
All right, so what we're looking at here is basically pre-race. We can set up a different setup to the car as how we want it. We've got more downforce, less downforce, and a balanced kind of preset, or we could go in and kind of make a custom setting. I think with Steam, there's also a way of loading a downloaded car setup, so that might be something to look into later when we get into the F1 series, is to try different setups, see if we prefer a more downforce, a less downforce setting. For this, I'm just going to pick balanced and basically run with that. So we've got 6 laps. We're starting in 9th place, and I basically try to dive down, getting into my teammate a little bit. Basically, I'm trying to get some positions here. I really needed to kind of calm down, just let the positions, work their way out. Let the field kind of get strung out a little bit. But I'm also remembering that, hey, the AI drivers are going to be braking early, so I need to basically be very careful when I'm right behind somebody to basically anticipate the early braking. I'm also trying the into the corner slow to come out fast technique. I'll use that later in the race to really successfully pass some folks. Here we're trying some late braking, get in on the inside. And once we've got the position, then we're good through the other chicane. But yeah, overall, I'm going to try basically an early in, slow in, and then accelerate out in order to maximize my momentum and get around some folks. Oops, we kind of get into them. Thankfully, we don't get any penalty.
Devon is a couple of places up on you.
So here I hit the square button because I saw it said standard race strategy, and I was just trying to get rid of that. But you can see from the square and the round buttons, there's definitely ways to pull up other HUD information, or even do kind of various commands back to pits, which I think is a bit busy. As far as trying to do all this during the race. So we're up to 5th at this point. We got to get to past Butler, so we've got to get to 2nd because he's currently in 3rd. So I'll just stop talking and let you guys enjoy the rest of this race and see where we turn out.
Top 10 now. Keep it up. Devon is in P3. So we've been looking at the damage, and we think you should be okay to continue. It'll cost us a little bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race. Devon is a couple of places up on you. Devon ahead.
So here when I saw him move off to the side, I thought, oh wait, if I could maybe catch him in late braking, get around him, and basically get a good, clean pass on him. And now all I need to do is basically keep him behind me. That was a really excellent late braking pass there. Also, you'll notice up there in the upper right, we've got lap 3 of 6. And then we've got sectors 1, 2, and 3. Oh, got into him a little bit, and I was really worried there. I was like, oh no. So red is we were slower in that sector. Green means we were basically right on target in that sector, or basically fast in that sector. And then purple is basically setting a personal best. So when you get all 3 purples, that means you set a personal best lap time. All 3 greens mean you were faster that lap than previously. And 3 reds basically means that you were slower that lap than before. There's always various reasons why you might be slower. But I find myself kind of getting in the groove at some point and really putting down a couple really good laps. And then just something will just go completely bonkers. And I'll just have a really bad lap. A bunch of red sectors kind of put together. No real reason or rhyme to that. So at this point, we're just kind of running out the race. You know, if we get an opportunity to pass these guys, we're going to take it. We're going to try to, do some late braking. Try to pass them on the straights with the DRS and everything. But, yeah, we passed Devin, which was our main goal, set it up in the start of this race.
Currently in P5. This is your final lap of the race. Devon's currently in P5.
Now, I really wanted to make sure I passed Devon clean as possible because when I did this in a kind of a pre-race before I started this particular game save, I had another game save, and in this particular race, I kind of hit him from behind and made him spin out. And of course, later there's some language that we exchange, and he mentions basically me spinning him out. So I was real curious as to if that language changed if I passed him cleanly, which I clearly did earlier in the race. So you'll listen and you'll hear what he says kind of in the after race discussion that we have. And it turns out that it was, I think, just a happenstance that I actually hit him last time, because he says the exact same thing this time around when clearly we didn't hit. So he's just making up excuses as to why he's now in P5, whereas I'm up here in first place.
Well done, good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
There were questions at the start of the season as to whether they could really go all the way, but there's no question anymore. What a special year it's been, and here they are.
So you can see here on the side pods, we've got some damage. So there is in this game, a damage model. So that's kind of interesting. We probably got that damage early in the race where we were being maybe a little bit over aggressive. So we've got ourselves our podium finish here, and then we've got an interview. We've got to then have a kind of a post-race discussion with Devon and our teammates. So I'll let you guys go ahead and then listen to that.
Put in a good performance throughout the championship, but today the accolade goes to his rival and the new Formula 2 champion.
That result also seals the Formula 2 World Championship title. Congratulations to our winner after an incredible season. There's been a lead change at the top of the championship after a superb performance. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
I think I'm going to award it to the Dams driver. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
Where Dams have taken the team's championship title. They are this year's Formula 2 team champions. And after all that excitement, I think it's time for a lie down. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
First of all, congratulations. You must be thrilled. Wow, you're the driver's champion. How does it feel? So that was a thrilling end to the season. How was the race for you? Wow, we've been hearing rumours of a possible future for you in Formula 1. Care to comment? Appreciate your time.
Congratulations, mate. F2 champion.
Hey, congratulations. Enjoy it, because it's the last time it'll ever happen.
Devin, it's okay to be upset. You came very close.
Yeah, we know things would have turned out very differently if I didn't get slapped with that ridiculous penalty.
What is it with you and complaining?
Look, somehow you managed to do a lot of things right today. That's great. You needed the win, I didn't. For me, this was always just a stepping stone to F1. Oh, you two. You got your work cut out for you now that I'm gone. See, you're gonna have to prove to everyone it was more than just luck that got you here.
Sure. Winning one race is luck. Winning the championship is talent.
Really? Next time you use that incredible talent to ram into someone and steal all their points, remember they won't be as forgiving as I am. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I gotta run. Things to sign, important paperwork and all that. I'm sure you understand. Ciao!
So, with this big win, you're going to be getting a lot of interest. All I can say is choose wisely, or else you might end up with someone like Devin as your teammate. Come on, let's go celebrate.
Ah, welcome. Come on in. Take a seat. It's time we had the big conversation about your next move. Your performance at the F2 Championships last year got you a lot of attention from the Formula One teams. Some of it more positive than others. I'm not so concerned with who does or doesn't like you. You'll have plenty of time to win the doubters over. But I am concerned with our choices. They're narrowing as we haven't shown commitment to anyone. Now, as your agent, my advice is to make your decision now. We can worry about comfort and finer points further down the line. I need you to review these. You've earned every single one of these proposals. So take your time, have a read through, and don't get too hung up on specifics. Let's get you a Formula One seat.
All right, so at this point, we get to pick basically who we want to drive for, and each team has their own general expectations of us. You can see the little star for the Ferrari Driving Academy with Ferrari, F1 Haas, and the Alfa Romeo team. So you can see down there attitude preference, showmanship versus sportsmanship. When we were doing various interview questions, depending on how we answered those interview questions, basically either increased or decreased our sportsmanship or our showmanship. You see that Haas really prefers showmanship, whereas some of our answers were really more geared towards sportsmanship. So the Renault team likes sportsmanship. So we've got AMG Petronas, we got Ferrari, Aston Martin Bull Racing, Haas, McLaren, BWT, Renault, Toro Rosso, Alfa Romeo, and then Williams Racing. Those are the F1 teams. So we're just kind of clicking through those a little bit. And if we select that, you'll see basically our expected qualifying position, expected race position at the end. We'll be the second driver. We get some bonuses for being in the F1 team. We get 50% more resource points per race with level 2. Not really sure what that means at this point. Level 1 minor upgrade, time reduced by 1 week. So I think we're going to go look at another team here. So like Alfa Romeo, they expect us to finish and qualify 18th. A bit easier. We get some more upgrade perks with respect to that. And then Ferrari, they're expecting us to finish and qualify 4th. So obviously then it's going to be a higher level team, more pressure on us. So we're going to go ahead and accept the F1 Haas contract. Now we get to pick which of the 2 real Haas drivers do we have as teammates. We're going to go ahead and pick Roman Grosjean. And there we go.
Excellent choice. From my conversations with them, they're going to be very excited to pursue this opportunity with you. I'll let them know our intentions immediately. I'll have to clean up some final details with them, but that's what you pay me for. Other than that, congratulations. You've earned it.
Oh, hey, you're here. I'll catch up with you. Sorry, I'm just on my way out, but your workstation's at the back over there. It should be all set up on the network, but let the guys know if it isn't. From there, you can access all the data you need to help us direct development of the car. Get yourself settled, and then head out to practice when you're ready. I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Welcome to your new team. Haas are experts in getting great value out of every investment. That's why they skipped being backmarkers and jumped straight into the midfield pack in their first season. You are now one of those investments. Make sure they get plenty of value, okay?
Alright, so this is where we are going to end this intro video. When we're going to come back for the first race of the F1 team. This is basically where we're going to start here at our workstation. Basically, we can zoom in here and basically look at the practice schedules, qualifying, race. We can change the car setup. We can do all kinds of other stuff. We'll talk a little bit more about that at the start of the next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you like this. We're going to have more of this in April. Go ahead and click that like button. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of F1 2019? Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.